Good morning, and
Good
welcome.
morning.
Welcome to Upland Action News, Episode 10, Season 1 finale. You guys have made it. We've arrived. We're here. This is Left House. That's me, or Brian McGuire.
Left House over here as well, Emmett McGuire.
There you go. So the two Left House brothers here hosting the Upland Action News. And boy, September 10th, a lot going on in the city of Upland. I mean, Jesus Christ. Right now, there's a lot going on, Em. I want to show you. Midtown NYC opens September 10th. That is today. So, wow, they're planning on rebuilding the world over there at the at Upland, and it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day for Upland, if you ask me. There's bubbles being bursted, new properties being minted in New York City, and there's also a little NYC pre-bubble mobile disco party. I don't know if you've heard about that or not, but let me see here. Let's see if I can show.
I didn't get the invite.
Oh no! Well, there it is right there on the Twitter. We're hosting a party in Upland, the NYC pre-bubble mobile disco. There will be valuable piñatas, a featured DJ, and more. To join, just send your Block Explorer to any address on Liberty Street between Dolores and Castro this Thursday at 12 p.m. I think that's Pacific time. That's West Coast Cali time, if you ask me. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna send my little guy over there. I'm pulling up right here. This is the area of the street that you want to send your Bad Mama Jamma block to. So, do it.
Do it today.
Do it. Live the dream. What's been going on with you, Em? Fill us in.
I got raided on my birthday.
Yeah.
That was great. I had my first offer on a property, which I didn't respond to for maybe 2 days, and when we had talked about it, I kind of made my decision to go back and reject, and then the offer was already gone, so that one worked itself out.
Okay, well, there you have it. That's how it goes when you're in Upland. Sometimes you're wheeling and dealing. Sometimes the offers are there. Sometimes they're off the table. Sometimes they're on the table. It's a madhouse, if you ask me. Did you know there's a design contest going on, the NYC Landmark Design Contest, and this one is a doozy for designers, but basically they are putting people to task to create some of the art pieces that are going to be hosted in the city, like some of the more major landmarks that are in the real world. They're going to be featured in Upland, and they're basically giving people the opportunity to create the landmarks there for it.
That's pretty sick.
And there's some prizes and rules. And this article is over on the Medium. And of course, as always, all the links are going to be in the description here. So that's very exciting. Links in the description for all these things that you're seeing. And another thing in the news, as we are in the news. Did you like my hat? Have you noticed my hat? I'm a huge Davy Crockett fan.
I love it.
And so for the finale, I thought I'd bust out my Davy Crockett.
A little jealous, I am.
Well, the crazy thing is I have one for you. So yeah, I'm a collector now of raccoon skin hats. So this is my first
Did you get
one.
that idea from the Wild West Crypto Show?
I was inspired by the Wild West Crypto Show. Yes, I definitely was. Here's something big in the news. U-Trust. Welcome to the family, Upland. So, a whole new world. Upland's metaverse embraces U-Trust. Upland is creating a digital world that will mirror our own. By integrating U-Trust, they are making it as free and safe as it possibly can be. So, there you go. Welcome to the metaverse. This is another Medium article. But I believe this is kind of a partnership that kind of flew a little bit under the radar a little bit. So I wanted to bring a little bit of attention to it. And I think this is a big deal. And this is like, it helps integrate, I think, some of the deals with kind of I've been up all night. Let's just talk about that for a second. When I do the news, I stay up all night long and I prepare and I'm editing, and right now I'm failing this segment, but links in the description. Go check out the whole article about U-Trust and the Upland partnership. It's important. Get out there, check it out. Hey,
Hey, sir.
There is a new show out there called NFT Hype.
Ooh.
And our man Rekoyer was a guest on it this past week. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, that's the wrong clip. Let me get the right clip up. Well, all right, here it is.
Thing is, the
NFT
way I
Hype.
see it is...
So anyway, NFT Hype, here it is. It's a new show all about NFTs, and Rekoyer was on, and let's just listen to him for a second. He's gonna give a little bit of his 2 cents on the whole deal here.
Where the big value is going to come in and out of the game is once they get the full NFT integration. Because I bought $100 worth of UPX today, but you can have really nice NFTs that are worth thousands of dollars or whatever, and that'll slide in and out of the game really easily. And that's where the transition of value, I think, is going to be. People buying NFTs in the game and then bringing it out, bringing it back in, trading, selling it. It'll work just like an exchange.
So, there you have it. Rekoyer, speaking of the future and how the integration of NFTs and the selling of properties is going to flip the Upland metaverse and make it go boom. I kind of agree with that theory there. NFTs.
Yes.
NFTs.
I agree as well.
NFTs are coming.
It seems like there's a couple places that are trying to become the NFT leaders. So Upland's had that in mind for a while now. So being kind of on the brink there, they're in a good spot.
Definitely in a good spot and on the brink. So the Left House Clay Theater in Upland is going through a revamp right now, and it's going to be epic. In about a week's time, there'll be some new information. There'll be a new release of how the theater is going to work, and there's going to be more screens, more options to check out more movies, and I'm looking forward to that. Bringing that
an expansion.
An expansion, indeed. Just yesterday, or I believe, just yesterday, the Bad Crypto podcast, they had Uncle Dirk was on the show. Our hero over there at one of the bosses at Upland. They showed up on this podcast. He's the second guest, and he's just kind of talking about some of the up and coming deals that are happening basically as we speak right now. Like some of the New York release. He gets into the Linden Labs, the Tilla partnership, and talks about the fiat out. And, so there's a lot of buzz right now about selling properties, the fiat out. So there, Upland's talking about it. Other members of the UCN are talking about it. Everybody's talking about it, so I think it's
Yeah.
coming. It's coming soon.
I think that is probably a big one for getting kind of the next wave of players in, potentially.
That is correct. I believe that to be true. So yeah, the next little bit I have up here is an interview with Mix Plick from the DailyUplander.com, and we had a nice little chat, and I'm just gonna run it. I hope you're ready for it, Em. The guy behind Daily Uplander,
Yeah. Mix Plick, actually.
Mix Plick. All right, cool.
Yes.
I'm a dyslexic fool. Oh no, I ran into a problem here. See if I can restart it. Playback error. Technical difficulties. Mix Plicks, the guy behind Daily Uplander,
Yeah. Mix Plick, actually.
Mix Plick. All right, cool.
Yes.
I'm a dyslexic fool. I can't spell, I can't read, so I'm apologizing for batching the name.
It's all right. It's a pretty tricky one.
Very cool. So, one thing I was wondering about the Daily Uplander, is this just you behind it, or do you have partners in it, or?
No, it's me, Knox, and nice to meet you.
Oh, that's right. Oh, you're in good company there. Yeah.
Yes.
And how long has it been around now for?
About a month, I would say. Yeah, I think about a month. Yeah, we were kind of all three of us were kind of working towards the same idea. And we, through Discord and chatting, like we got connected and decided to combine forces and try to get something cool going.
It seems like you guys have some new features that just kind of came out. I was looking at the page earlier today.
Yeah, we're trying to work. First, what we were doing is just like giving quick searches, right? So you can search for a specific neighborhood, see which properties are cheaper, if there are still any minted available, which are the cheapest for sale, which before this took a long time because you had to pretty much just like click on every property in the map and you make your own Excel spreadsheet or something like that, and it would take a while.
Yeah.
And I found out that some people had access to this API, which is not an official API. Like they haven't really set it up to be used for these kind of things. And at first I was like, oh, that's pretty unfair, right? Like some people have access to this and they have a huge advantage. And most of the players either don't know it exists or don't know how to access it. And so maybe I'll try to make something where I can provide that to everybody because it levels the playfield for everyone, I think.
I see you have some new pages like coming. One of them is like you're going to have games.
I think so. We're planning on having some events. Yeah, we're thinking of ideas, but we're also waiting for because they said they're going to have these new scavenger hunts, right? And I don't know how those are going to work. If it's going to be any different mechanics from what the treasure hunts are, or if it's just going to be pretty much the same thing with clues, right, instead of the arrows pointing. So we need to see what exactly they're coming up with. But we have a few ideas that we're going to start working on.
So I was just looking at the website, in regards to this new airport challenge that came out, for the new bubble in New York, the Dolores Heights. So I searched the Dolores Heights neighborhood there, and I realized I just clicked on one of the addresses, and it just took me straight to Upland. Like I was like on the board. That's amazing. That's such a cool feature you guys got there.
I know. Yeah. That's
so
pretty cool.
I thought I was gonna have to like copy and paste and like put it in, and I just like clicked it, and I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So the links, the when you do a search, you can actually click on it and go straight to the property in that one. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this challenge here?
The new challenge, I kind of just I just read about it, and I did some exploration, like to see what the cheapest properties are, and they're pretty expensive over there. Like they're not cheap. Like I don't anticipate anybody going crazy and getting too many, because if you get 5 of them, you're spending more than the price.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Although you get the free trips to New York, so if you plan on going many times to New York, then it might be useful to spend a little more and get some more properties, I guess.
Yeah, it's like when the Merced Manor like neighborhood went on sale. It just like it lit on fire and just like sold out so quickly.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this neighborhood's going to do that at these prices.
I don't know either. Yeah, especially because the Merced Manor had the whole Blockchain Heroes headquarters there, so the neighborhood can have some value. Who knows? But this one, after the event, it's back to nothing, right? So I don't know.
We'll see what happens. They said they're announcing some sort of something's coming for that neighborhood.
Yeah,
they're going to announce. Yeah. Is there anything else that you would like to share with?
Let me see. With the daily, the daily Uplander again. We're also working on more like leaderboards and rankings and things like that, because you can find some of those. I think there may be 5 or 6 on Upland itself, right inside the game. But we are trying to get like on our opening page like some highlights of like rankings of who has the biggest net worth and most properties, which you can find in game, but not really. There's not really a ranking for who has the biggest net worth, or I actually think net worth is not in there, right?
Right. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
So we're gonna provide those things.
Oh, very cool. Wicked.
And there's another one that's cool. I'm working on a collection optimizer, and that means that you'll be able to type in your name, and it will check all the properties you have and assort them, allocate them into the proper collections to see what is the biggest earnings that you can get, right? Like what's the best way to distribute them.
Do you know how? I think that's where I've probably wasted or spent most of my time trying to figure that out. So that is a huge tool.
Yeah, and imagine the people who have like 600 properties, like 100, even more than 100 is already complicated to really figure out like which ones. But the tool is a little complicated because you have to. There are some cases where property is in financial district and it's also Market Street. And depending on how many you have of each, that property could be better used in one or the other. So there are some tricky algorithm things that I have to think about.
What a powerful tool! I mean,
I'll try. Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah,
you guys are
and that one we'll try to come up with some kind of idea too, where like for you to use the tool, you have to make 5 visits to this place. So people don't abuse it and keep using it all the time.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. That's very smart. Well, everybody should check out the dailyuplander.com, and thanks for stopping by and having this chat with us.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
MixPlix. All right, so that was the interview with MixPlix from www.dailyuplander.com. Go check it out. What a site. What a site. And now for another interview with a very important Uplander, Upland Data, MG. Let's just jump right into it. Here we are with MG from Upland Data.
Yo, thanks for the invite. I'm glad to be here. I have to admit that I'm a bit nervous because it's actually the first time I'm really speaking English.
You're doing great.
But I'm trying my best.
Let's just jump right into it. Your work and information that you bring to the Upland community is the best. It's so detailed and informative. How and where do you get your information?
All the data I collected is from the Upland servers. I'm using the Upland API, which is open to everyone who knows how to access it. You just send a request to the servers and they send you a response with the informations about that request you sent. But you don't get all the informations you need just from one request. So as an example,
the technical difficulties. My goodness. See if I can get this back. Sorry, folks at home. Bear with us.
Here.
Property, I have to make 150,000 separate requests. Send that request you send, but you don't get all the information you need just from one request. So as an example, if I have to scan San Francisco, every property, I have to make 150,000 separate requests. It's a lot of work, but I have written a program to make this, to automate this. It's scanning the map, collecting property IDs. Once I have the IDs, I can ask the server about more information about that property, and I have to make this for every single property. So these are the 150,000 requests I said, and they contain information like the owner, the yield per hour, the blockchain transaction IDs, street name, city name, and all that stuff. So I have to sort the data I get, I have to store it, collect it from multiple timestamps, for example, to show progress, and then visualize it. While the hardest part, creating the multiple, to store the data in the right way to have multiple timestamps, and my code is incredibly messy. I think if Green Turtle or someone who knows how to code reads my script, he wanna punch me in the face. But yeah, it's working. Well, it's actually no longer working. They changed a few things on the API 2 weeks ago, and now my program is completely useless. They limited the amount of requests per minute you can make to 100, and if you make 100 requests per minute, and you need 150,000 requests in total, it takes about maybe 30 hours to scan the whole map. And I definitely don't want to run my computer for 30 hours just to get some numbers. So I'm currently working on a little program for my Raspberry Pi. I let him run the whole day because he doesn't need much energy. Because you might have seen it that my last 2 videos weren't about data. It were 2 tutorials about treasure hunting and collections. So I hope once I get this thing running again, I can do some more data videos. But this may still take some time.
Wow, that's insane. So, okay, so what do you think is missing in Upland, and what would you like to see happen?
Well, actually, everything I want to see happen in Upland is already announced for Upland, so there isn't much I can say about it, but I'm definitely hoping for property development soon. They said it's coming this year, but I just can't wait for it to collect some data about the properties, the buildings, and to see how the map evolves. It will definitely be a game changer. So can't wait for it then.
Yeah, indeed. So do you have some plans for some future buildings you're gonna develop?
I do have some plans. I managed to save up to almost 500k UPX now, and I'll have early access for the third bubble, and I'm definitely trying to get some great properties there. I'm trying not to spend everything in New York City because I still need 2 financial district properties. I managed to get 2 for really great prices from Ben last week, but I still need 2 more. So that's one of my main goals currently. And after that, I hope building development will be released, and if not, I'm just going to get some more properties in San Francisco, and then hopefully some buildings.
Okay, I see. So, what is your take? What's your thoughts on NFTs?
I'm not a big NFT guy, but I do see the potential of NFTs. I also own a few NFTs from the UFA. I bought them because I thought they look great and because they were cheap. But generally, I'm not sure why people are paying those massive amounts of money for art NFTs. I mean, I have bought some NFTs from Atomic Assets, and they are on my account. But since I bought them, I never watched them. Maybe that will change once you can show your NFTs in Upland. This will definitely change my view to NFTs. But there are NFTs which I really like the properties in Upland, because you own them and you get something in return from them. Like, you own them and you get UPX. And I have seen many players join Upland just because of the NFT aspect. Even NFTs aren't really introduced to Upland yet. But once NFTs are coming to Upland, like the way they announced it, it will definitely drive a lot of players to Upland, which is great in my opinion.
It's great in my opinion too.
Okay, so there we have an amazing interview with Upland Data. MG, thank you guys for both you and Daily Uplander, both of you guys for sharing your information. Seems like both of you guys are on some similar paths with the whole API scenario and gathering your information, and both the information that you guys provide is huge and very, very valuable. So that's very cool. So speaking of NFTs, I myself went and picked up this one today, the Dog Patch Biker logo. I just have I have a soft spot in my heart for Dog Patch, and we'll probably have to speak on that a little bit more later. Well, ladies and germs, that's it. That's enough. That's the show. We did it. I'm proud of us all. I'm proud of you guys. That's the season. That's it. That's season 1. We will be back for season 2. There's so much more to do, to say, to Upland, and we're just going to come back bigger and better. Might take a couple weeks off, but don't think that you won't see videos from me. You just won't see the news for a couple weeks, but you'll see other types of videos. I want to thank my brother for co-hosting and abandoning me in the middle of the show. I want to thank my guest, and I want to thank you guys, the viewers. It's been an amazing season. Have a good one. Merry Christmas and good night. Really, good night.